Hi, it's me, and I'm back, and I'm here to answer your questions. So here's the sitch. I haven't posted in a while, obviously, and I'm very sorry. I had videos like filmed and planned, but they were just not my best work, and they were just not up to my standard. And also, I have been crazy busy, and I just haven't had time to sit down and edit a video or to even refilm a video. Nothing like that. So I'm here apologizing, making a new video. So hope you forgive me. So today I am going to refilm a video that I did film while destroying my schoolwork. It was gonna be an awesome video, okay? But you wanna know what happened? I wasn't in focus, which is so annoying. Today I'm going to be answering a bunch of your guys' questions about middle school / my middle school experience, because I always say because like there's an explanation, but I guess I wanted to do this video because I had a really good / bad middle school experience, and I want to know what you guys want to know, or if you're struggling in middle school. I know people usually do these videos for like high school, but I'm here to do it for middle school because I'm starting high school next year. So go along with all that, I have some of these chips because I get really hungry when I film. I'll have it warm. Okay, I'll be fine. Also, you're stacked on like a bunch of like history books about like America and Nevada and Scotland. By the way, I'm in my grandparents' house. That is why this is different. So I have some questions from like 3 weeks ago or something that I'm going to answer for all of you. Let's get started. What was your favorite year of middle school and why? So this one's a tough one because I had the worst experience in 6th grade. I just had a bunch of girl drama, which affected my learning, and it just was kind of awful. But 7th grade was amazing. I had so much fun. I did have a little bit of drama at the beginning of the year, but after that it was great, and I just had really good friends. I was doing great. I thrived. And then 8th grade was also amazing and great. The schoolwork and the school part of 8th grade was awful. I struggled so much and it was really hard for me. So I would choose either 7th or 8th grade because they both had really good aspects, but they also had bad aspects, but they were both my favorite year. It's kind of complicated. Have you gotten your period yet? I have. I got my one when I was 11 and I was in 6th grade. It was awful. The most awkward things at school. I feel like when you forget things, when you like, this is not awkward, but it's like uncomfortable. Like you forget your like book in the locker and they're like, okay everybody, grab your book and let's pull out to page 247. And you're like, yeah, I ain't got that here with me right now. That actually has maybe happened to me once or twice. I never forgot my work. I never forgot my homework. I never didn't do my homework. I was a good kid. I didn't break rules, but yeah, that's beside the point. But another awkward thing is like when you like someone and they like don't like you back and you're like, you know it too. That's pretty awkward. You're like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna flirt with them, but then they're like, what are you doing? And you're like, that's happened to me before. How are you so happy all the time? I really need to learn. So I got actually a lot of questions about this. Let me just start off by saying I am not happy all the time. No one is happy all the time. Especially this year. I had like really high highs and really low lows. And I struggled a lot with like not really like finding my place. I mean, I guess you could say that, but I just felt like awkward all the time and felt like I didn't fit in with my class at certain times and didn't fit in with my group of friends. I always felt like I was on the outside. It was like a circle and I was just standing out here like, what do I do? I struggled with that a lot this year, and so that made me really sad. And also school was so hard for me. From 7th grade to 8th grade, it was like a huge leap, at least for me. I don't know how other people felt, but for me, I felt like it was so much harder. There was so much more work. I had so much more pressure on me from my teachers and from the school in general. So I'm not saying like that's a bad, well, it's kind of a bad thing, but I did learn a lot, which is good, but I also felt like I was pushed to my limit and sometimes over my limit, and I would just freak and I would just cry. My mom was like, oh my gosh. I didn't have time to be a real human. I felt like I didn't do things after school. If I wanted to get all my homework done the day it was assigned and I wanted to get good grades and understand the material, I would have to go home and just start my homework. And from there I did it until like dinner, and then after dinner, and then I had to shower and go to bed. It was awful. I was not a kid. And that's why, to me at least, I don't know how you guys felt, but to me at least, my YouTube work wasn't my 100% best because I didn't have the time time to put that out there. I guess that's kind of like off topic, like seriously, but I'm not happy all the time, and that was for the reasons why I wasn't happy all the time this year. But I try to focus as much as I can on the positive as much as I can, and it's so hard sometimes, especially when there's really hard things, but I try to just focus on that because it's just bad things sometimes are just not worth getting into. I think I've said this before, but I've spent so much of my life being sad and dealing with crappy things like in elementary school and in middle school, and so I finally realized that I just don't want to be sad anymore, and I want to be a genuinely happy person. What was the worst situation you had with drama? Oh dear. I had some really bad situations where I would go to school, have a great day, come back to school the next day, and everyone in my class somehow seemed to hate me, and it was because people would spread freaking lies about me. There was just like, I don't think there was one specific time that just was like awful and like just terrible for me, because it all was, and there's not one specific situation that really sticks out to me because it all kind of blended together. I would like to say that it has made me stronger. It has made me able to deal with situations differently and see things for what they really are and understand people more, because now I know why people bully and why people hate certain people. Like, I just know because I went through it, and now I can spread my knowledge to other people, and I mean, I want to help people understand all of that. And yeah, just so you know, the people that did, you know, make my life miserable, we are now friends. One of us at least. I don't hold any grudges. I will forever see them in the light of what they did and how they reacted to things, how they treated me, how they made my life. It just is, I will always see them, but I don't hold any grudges towards anyone, and I don't feel like they need to be punished. I believe in karma, and I believe in what comes around goes around. I did not mean to say what comes around goes around. I meant to say what goes around comes around. So yeah. You reap what you sow. All those things, all those sayings, all those analogies, I do believe in them. How was your first finals week? Weird. I don't even remember my first finals week. Let's get down to business. Did you make a lot of friends? There was 12 kids in my class. Approximately, like, I think 40 kids in my middle school, maybe less. I really don't know the exact count, but 12 kids in my class, 4 girls. So kind of like, well, this is a really bad hi. So like everyone was kind of friends with everyone. So I guess, I don't know. Did you have to drop some friends? If you did, how did you do that? So the thing, like I just said, there was 12 kids in my class. So let's say I wanted to drop a friend. I couldn't because my school was so freaking small, which is okay. I mean, I don't think I ever, maybe there was some times, but I'm glad I never did. I mean, I never had the opportunity to because, well, 12 kids. I mean, how do you do that with 12 kids? So, no. Did your personality change? So this one, I don't know how to answer because I feel like yes and no. Like, my core personality did not change, but my apple part, see what I did there, of me did change. I changed in the sense where I have a completely different sense of style. I'm more... Sorry, my mom's fully trying her hair, so that's, if you hear that, that's that. So, like I was saying, I have a completely different sense of style. I have so much more confidence. I've definitely grown my core values that I have. And so yes, I think my personality did change, but at the same time, it did not. If that makes sense. Alright, boy drama. Here's the thing. The boys in my class, so immature. I'm pretty sure no one liked anyone. I did have a little bit of boy drama. There was a guy that I liked, and he liked me back. I think I've told this story before. And it just turned very odd. He kind of like dropped me like a hot potato. It was kind of odd. Did you ever feel left out because you do YouTube? How did you deal with it? No, everybody was super sweet about my YouTube channel. It was weird. I was never made fun of for it. They were always they always wanted to know, like everybody in my middle school. They always wanted to know things about it. They were always very eager to learn about it and understand it more, and they were also supportive about it. So yeah, I never felt left out, and they were also sweet about it, which is great. So I think that's all I'm gonna be answering because there's so much more, but I can't talk any longer because I will just ramble on and then I will hate editing this video. But I hope you guys liked it. I love you guys so much, and do not forget, never stop busting your butts. I'll see you next week.